on, I guess, my introduction didn't start. That's okay. I wasn't going to do anything special anyway. I was just going to show. This is the spot. Whoops, sorry, where I am at today. And you know the good old laundromat, right? And let me just do this again so I can move this down. Yeah, this is where I'm at tonight. The laundromat, the most requested live streaming place, I think, ever. Even more requested than Win-Wins, although Win-Wins is more famous. Hi everybody, I'm Jay here. I'm just chilling tonight. You know, wearing the wireless mic here, and you know, had an interesting encounter earlier. I was driving by Win-Win, so I was getting some ice, and saw two Taiwan guys with a very tall white guy, and of course, as soon as they saw me, they freaked out and started this big long thing. And you know, it's like I'm tired of arguing with people sometimes. You know, and I get the, you know, where are you from stuff, and that's okay, but daggone it, I've been in Taiwan for 18 years. I'm from here. I don't even remember what it was like living in the other place, you know. And so I told the guy I was living in Taiwan for 18 years, and you know, he didn't believe me. Okay, well, I don't care. So we asked the guy who worked at Win-Wins, and he said, yeah, he's been here about 20 years. Anyway, I got to give credit to the white dude, because he spoke Chinese pretty well. Gotta tell you, so many guys come here and they don't, you know. But so he was out for the night. They actually invited me to go upstairs drinking with them. I'm like, no thanks. I just, you know. And I said, I'm not into the girls. I said, no, we just go up, you know, we're just friends. But it looks like they were actually leaving, so it was kind of weird. But anyway, so I got to go through the whole thing. Yeah, I'm from America, but I don't live there, and please don't ask me any questions about it, because I don't know. I can't even tell you who. Seriously, I hear all these names. I'm just going to tell you how bad it is. I kept reading about this guy named Klein all the time. Klein West. And then I heard that, here, let me do this. I'm going to plug my wireless mic in, it'll be better. It'll just sound better. And then I heard somebody. There you go. They said his name, and it's Kanye. Okay. Well, how would I know that? I don't even know who that person is. I don't know who anybody is, because I don't follow them. So anyway, sometimes some people will start asking me about the NBA, and I don't have a clue about anything. So anyway, exactly a month ago tonight, this is Thursday night, exactly a month ago, I took my glasses off and I put these on for the first time. And I cycled through the different colors. And this is by far my favorite, but it may not be the best looking. But here's the thing. This isn't about my glasses and what happened to my glasses. This is about what happened after my, you know, big dramatic Sigma male personality reveal, which I had a long talk with you guys about. I got on my bike to leave after the live stream. I put everything together, you know, put all my stuff back in the case, and rode my bike to the edge of the park. At the edge of the park was a curb. I had to get down off the curb, get down off my bike, and I had to go squeeze in between two cars that were parked very close together, you know, bumper and bumper. I went to get back on my bike. And, you know, you throw a leg over and you straddle the bike, and then you put, you know, one foot on the pedal and you step down and you move forward. I fell over on my left side. I mean hard, right on my left shoulder. I guess I'm a lot tougher than I think I am, but it didn't hurt at all. I did take this palm heel and put it out and blocked myself from falling. I got a little bit of a bruise, but I directed healed that, so that was easy. That healed in about 3 days. Later in the evening, at night, I got up to use the restroom, and I actually tripped. My foot got caught on something in my room. I think it was the exercise bike, and I actually fell and hit my face on the corner of a plastic shelf unit. And I still have a little bit. I direct healing that too, but I still have a little bit of a mark. That's a shadow. There's a little bit of a mark there. I can get rid of that though. But I gotta tell you, the first thing I thought was, I'm drunk. And that's bad. Except I wasn't. It was amazing, because what happened was I had been having a conversation with somebody online on the Line app, and my messages were completely coherent. The second thing is, and I've had enough experience, unfortunately I'm not bragging, this is not a brag, but I've had enough experience of drinking and being drunk that I know myself, and when I get drunk, my eyes twitch, because the room, it's kind of like having, it's a type of vertigo, right? And your eyes twitch, they try to follow the room. And there's none of that. I had no trappings. You know, when I woke up the next morning, I didn't have a hangover. If I drink a reasonable amount of alcohol, I kind of feel it the next day, but it doesn't impair me or anything. So I decided right at that point to stop drinking, and I stopped drinking for 3 weeks. So from today's Thursday, I started on Saturday drinking a little bit of alcohol at a time. And I have found that I've been able to cut down the amount of alcohol that I drink probably to about 1/3 or maybe even 1/4 of what I was drinking before. That's a good thing. But it turns out that I have been suffering from some severe dizzy spells, and I don't know what the cause is. Someone yesterday, and they gave me this ultrasound, one of the doctors says, oh, maybe the blood supply to your brain is, it's constricted. Yeah, well, anybody who knows me knows that the last thing I got constricted is my brain. But I went there and they did sonography, and the tech was really a pro. I laid on my side, laid on my back and turned my head to the side, and she was scoping this side here, and I could see the monitor, and I was like, hey, I'm no radiologist, but I saw the tube, and it was big and wide. It wasn't constricted. There wasn't a bunch of plaque on the inside. Everybody has some anomalies. Everybody has some kind of little arterial plaquing once they get a certain age. This whole thing about, side note, this whole thing about calcium blocking arteries was, according to Dr. Sears, that was a theory that was propagated by some accountant, Eddie something, I forget his name, but the true term is calcification, it's hardening of the arteries, right? You guys heard that from way back when. So it's not clogged up with cholesterol. Your brain is made out of cholesterol. It is calcification, which is a whole other thing. And if you take the supplements like I've been taking for all these years, so, hey man, I appreciate it, bud. Listen, that's what friends are for, right? Okay, I'll do it. I'll pack it up. I'll pack it all up to you, bro. Appreciate it. 7-3, by the way, which means best wishes in ham radio. Ham radio talk. But you know what? I'm thinking about wearing these glasses all the time. I could get the acrylic, ground for lenses. I should just wear these all the time because, if you don't want the lights, you just turn them off, right? And yeah, and they got a grid, and when the grid's lit up, it's really cool. And you can do one side different color. You know, we talked about this before. Oh, that's interesting. And one side blinking or not. Ooh. It is. Fei, how you doing? It's been a long time. Wow, I sure miss talking with you. Thank you so much. And thanks for joining tonight. You know, MJ's an old guy. I'm 66. I'm like, you know, 3.5 years for being 70 years old, if you can believe that, because I can't. But the point I'm trying to make is, as we get older, things change. But I roll the punches, and I recognize that I can't do the stuff that I used to do even 5 years ago. But I fell from a standing position straight down on my shoulder. I caught myself with the palm heel. I kind of did once you've been trained in martial arts, it's hard to, I just went kind of put it out, and you know, but I did hit my shoulder. That happened to me probably about 15 years ago in Thailand when a guy just stopped his motorcycle on the road right in front of me. I was going 100, and I locked up the wheels and I hit him about 40. Went down, right down on my shoulder hard, you know, but wearing my batik, I wasn't moving on the bike. I wore my batik shirt, which I really love. So that's right. Yeah. Alcohol, it's funny you mention that. Well, you know, I'm cutting way down. I'm drinking a little bit tonight because what it was I didn't realize that I was having dizzy spells. Here's another thing. My threshold for things is so high, like pain and discomfort and stuff, that I often just suddenly become aware, like, hey, gosh, wow, this really hurts. But I've been ignoring it for a week or a month, you know, and I just like I had a bone spur on the bottom of my foot. And finally I went to the doctor. He said, yep, you got a bone spur. And he gave me some cream. I said, what can we do about it? He said, nothing. I mean, unless you really want to get invasive and open it up and do a bunch of invasive surgery that's going to cause problems. Or you can just start wearing shoes with better cushion. So I start wearing shoes with better cushion, and I don't feel it anymore, you know. So it's amazing what you can get used to, right? And anyway, long story short, I went to the sonographer yesterday, and she even did audio tests. It was really amazing for me as an audio engineer because I was looking at it and I saw the waveform that listens to the blood, and it goes like as your heartbeat. It's really funny sounding, right? But the point is, looking at the waveform, I was like, wow, that is like some amazing flow. And naturally there would be a large gradient between, you know, when it starts to pump and then when it finishes the pumping operation, the pressure would fall off rapidly, and so because it's a pulse, you know. But anyways, that's why they call it a pulse, obviously. But anyway, I'll get the results back, and I know what's going to happen. That's not going to be my problem. But they gave me some medicine, and for dizziness, and one of the medicines is ginkgo. It's bizarre. It's like a ginkgo concentrate, and that's a supplement that I've been taking for years. So the other thing I'm trying to do is get more sleep. It's been tough. I have sleeping problems. You guys know sometimes I can't get to sleep. I'm up to 4 o'clock. I was up to 4:30 last night. You know, it's bizarre, but I got up this morning and spent a good 30 minutes on a very super close shave, and you know, so hey, how's it going? Yeah, I don't know the specific exercise though, but Bella, nice to see you. Bella is a medical professional, by the way, so Bella is one of the few people that is qualified to give medical advice, so yeah, we really are. Actually, you may not know this, I think it's flown under the radar, but there is now a national healthcare approved COVID-19 preventative and treatment, traditional Chinese medicine. And a Taiwanese discovered that one of our fungi, I guess it's a mushroom as far as I can tell, actually prevents COVID-19 infection. Who knew? That's just amazing. Oh, itchy nose. So the alcohol just made my dizziness worse, which you can imagine. So I've been really careful. I got my bike tonight. So I'm drinking 25 to 30% of what I was drinking before. And I'm enjoying it, you know. I don't feel like I'm missing anything. I took a 3-week complete alcohol fast. Now the other thing, I was on a food fast. That's excellent. That's unbelievable. And it took a long time. And actually, I told my wife, I'm entertaining the idea of being the first person to personally sue the Chinese Communist Party, just to see what would happen. You see my name in Reuters. Foreign man in Taiwan sues CCP. It's a good thing I took out that insurance policy, huh? My wife said, you know, there's a COVID-19 insurance policy, and this is back in 2020, and we knew that we had, we knew that we had a different protocol here in Taiwan than most countries, and what Taiwan did was protect us until the virus became endemic, and then now, of course, they're thinking about next month, October 13th. They said they're probably going to abolish. You're either talking about Dr. Mandel, or no, I guess Dr. Berg is the knowledge doc, but probably Dr. Mandel. He's pretty cool. I follow both those guys. Anyway, they think they're going to drop the quarantine requirement on the 13th of next month. So they recognize that the best thing to do at this point is to just let it go. So I've had Omicron. My wife and my daughters had Omicron. A couple of kids in her class are getting it again, and they're getting the later variants, you know, number 4, number 5. And so they've come out with these updated vaccines for Omicron, and nobody's taking them because they know it doesn't work. I had a long talk with my personal doctor on Saturday, and my doctor's a straight shooter. And he said, well, you know, they've been a failure. They don't work, and they're good for 3 months. And I said, yeah, but I already had Omicron. He said, well, you know, you've got natural immunity on. And I told him I didn't want to put those new, because they don't have any traditional vaccines. Hey, Rob, fist bump, nice to see you. And if it's Dr. Mandel, then I definitely know who you're talking about. But if I don't know who you're talking about, if it's not Dr. Mandel, go ahead and give me a link, okay? I'd appreciate it. Yeah, well, that's the thing. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Fei. Boy, there are some flus that will just boom. I had the flu. I normally don't get colds and flus because of the supplements that I take, you know? I know what you meant. But, you know, when you say you're hot with flu, yeah, if you got a fever, that's, you know, I don't understand. You hit hard, but yeah. I usually don't get colds and flu, generally speaking. You guys have seen me live stream for a long time, and it's unusual for me to come on and say that I've had the flu or whatnot, but I did get the flu about 5 years ago, maybe. And I mean, I told my wife, I said, man, I feel like I want to die, and I'm afraid I won't. And I went down to the local clinic down the street. You guys have seen that place. And he gave me some Tamiflu. And 5 days later, that was it. Okay. Well, so he's called the. All right. I can. Excuse me. I can. Is he bald? Alan Mandel, I think, is his name. He wears glasses sometimes, and he has kind of a lisp. And he's actually pretty animated. You know, I think that's the guy. But anyway, I can do a search on that, on Motivational Doc. I can do a search on that. Thank you. So, anyway, like right now, I feel fine. Okay, that's him, yeah. I feel fine. But I missed a comment. Let me turn this back on. Let me just see. I got to go back and check that. What did Fei say? Oh, yeah. Got it long. Yeah, well, there you go. I mean, yeah, terrible. Fei, what do you think about the comments that come on and they disappear? That was a suggestion that I made to the Prism Live Studio engineering team, and they decided to implement the disappearing, the disappearing chat. And they did that because I had recommended that some time ago. They thought it was a good idea. I'm just going to sit back. So I'm having a little bit of rum with soda water. And what I do is I've got this cup here and I put some ice in it, and this isn't all rum. See, this is ice and water, right? The rum level was actually this high when I started, and it's filled up with ice. So yes, exactly. Although black on my face wouldn't be bad. All right, so let's switch to the next color here. So this is yellow. I don't like yellow. I like this blue. Blue's okay. Let me start over. Hang on. Okay, that's red. Red's pretty cool. When I did my Sigma male reveal picture, I was wearing the red. I like these a lot. The next show that I do, where I go down to Kaohsiung and actually play some shows, some guitar, I'm going to bring these. I got another pair that's a little bit different. I did a live stream on Thursday, or no, on Thursday, on excuse me, Wednesday, and no, Tuesday, and I recorded it. And what I've done was I took some videos from the live stream and let's see, where the heck are they? I don't see where they are. All right, it doesn't matter. Here's what I want to show you. I want to show you what I ate tonight. Now this is, in Chinese we say this is Kong Xing Cai, which hollow heart, which means hollow. That's or empty heart. And this is that vegetable you heard me talk about. And that's some beef. It's got a nice rich sauce, and man, this was good. And yeah, there you go. And then I had this other dish. Oh yeah, it's one of my faves too, for sure. This is, I forgot how to say this. It really was amazing. I forgot how to say this, but there's two kinds of shrimp. These are these little baby shrimp, and they do this with garlic. Chopped garlic and peppers, and this is just like a mouthful of crunchy stuff. And I always eat the shells, and the shrimp have a spine on the front that will stab you in the palate. I love that. I love spending hours with a toothpick or a water pick and getting the keratin shells out of my teeth, because I'm basically a sadistic person when it comes to myself. That's just how I am. All right, now, here's what I want to show you. This is a video that I shot yesterday. 不是那个，我真的忘记了，就是 the first two words are deep fried in oil, some kind of just 这样那个。炸虾，I just忘记了. I forgot how to say it, sorry. Now this is reframed with my Insta360, and this is a silent film, and I just shot this from the table where I sit. Now that little thing over to the right, okay, cool. The little thing over to the right, the little arm, that is the, well, that's the gooseneck that's holding my phone. And this time lapse was shot over a period of about an hour and 15 minutes. It moved slightly, you saw, because I bumped the tripod. So a lot of bustling activity going on. So I did 2 more. I reframed 2 more just because it's interesting to see the other perspective. Now, this is another perspective, and this is in 1-to-1 ratio, okay? You know, this is just a square ratio, right? And you get to see the peanuts and stuff I'm eating. So I'm hooking up everything, putting my wireless mic on, I'm drinking 4 beers, and I'm slowly but surely cracking these garlic peanuts open and eating them. And this is what it looks like when I'm live streaming. And I just wanted to pan around a little bit and show what's going on there. This guy came over there and was staring at me for a few minutes, so to show the details of the peanuts, and I put the shells back in. And then Miss Lynn comes over. She's about 75 years old. That's a lady that can't speak anymore. Actually, that's very close to it. The first 2 words, yes, and of course the sha on the end, but the shao ca, it's not. They don't call it shao ca shao. Sha, I forget. Yeah. Anyway, it's I'll go take a picture of the menu, but that is essentially what it is. But they had a special name, and it was like, oh gosh, why can't I see it? Yeah, I mean that's what you just wrote. That's what I would call it. And it makes perfect sense. I think everybody in the world would understand what it is. Let me stick this back on here, okay? Because what you can do is you can take just a screenshot of that and maybe do a Google Lens. But yeah, I mean, because he asked me, there's 2 versions of the dish, right? And they have the full-size shrimp. It is really good because it's really crunchy. And you know what else I like? I like those tiny little crabs that they just deep fry the whole thing, shell and all. You know what I'm talking about? Those are really cool. But the guy asked me, he said, you know, which one of those do you want? And I said, well, I don't know. I said, you know, which one is better? You know, I wanted to see what he said. And he took me over. He said, let me show you the pictures, because I walked around the front of the building and had pictures. And he said, one of them, this is the dish you want to order is the small shrimp. And he said, this one is the large shrimp. So they do have, you know, 2 versions, right? So I know. Well, the thing is, it's kind of gross sometimes watching people eat. And I did have a few people complain, right? Oh, it does. Yeah, it does. But the garlic, see, there's a couple things in my vocabulary that don't exist, like it's too spicy. I don't think I've ever said that. There's too much garlic. That's another one, you know what I'm saying? So it's like saying it's too nice out today, or I'm just too happy, you know, so anyway. And so that garlic with the shrimp, and like you said, it locks the flavor in, and plus it makes the shell edible, which I eat them anyway. I always eat the tails. I'm from Florida. Sometimes I would just eat the raw shrimp out of the bait bug, and I don't care. At Win-Win's, they have a shrimp dish, that deep fried shrimp dish, and you guys have seen me eat that. So maybe I should walk down there and go get that one later. But there's one more perspective. Now this is another wide angle, and this is the 360. Now this doesn't display in 360 on Prism. In other words, if I play this back, you can't use your mobile, you know, and just pan the mobile and get a different view. But this is what it looks like when you can see it all the way from one side to the other. And that's unreframed. That's the whole thing in 360. That's what it looks like. I love that 360 cam. Now here's the thing. It's by Insta360, right? You guys know that company. And I don't usually talk about stuff that I do for other people, but I'm going to mention something just because because it ticks me off. My brother-in-law is a cancer survivor. He's been battling cancer for about 7 years. He's had a bunch of operations, and in addition to that, he's had vertebrae problems. And the guy's got more metal in him than a $6 million man. He's basically got parts of a bridge or something in his back. He's got like 7 fused vertebrae, and I understand these things, okay? And he was an avid photographer, and he has a Nikon, and I got a Nikon, and when I was there back in 2010, and he saw me photographing a lot of things, I was using a glide cam for video stabilization, and we're talking about photography and so forth. And I'm not saying I inspired him. I'm just saying that from after that point, he really got involved in photography. But because he's had so many medical problems, it's hard for him to lug all this stuff around. Excuse me, my nose is itchy. It's nothing you can do but scratch it. So yeah, you can understand somebody who's not as strong as they used to be, a little bit weak, has back problems. They don't want to, they don't want to haul around this huge, camera bag and stuff. And the camera itself with the lens on it is just horrific. So, this is the 360 camera. That's it. There's a lens on either side, and there's a touch screen. And you put it on a selfie stick, and the selfie stick disappears, and it has horizon lock, and it has stabilization built in. You can go like this, you can't even see it, and you just hold it out on a stick, right? I got him one of these because I knew it would make his life easier, but it would still enable him to explore photography, both in 2D, flat, but also in 360. And I mean, he was like, I just didn't say anything. I told my sister, his wife, my sister, and I said, it's coming on Tuesday, and he got it. He was freaking out, man. He called me up, so I maintain U.S. phone numbers. He called me up, said, "Oh man, I can't thank you." So it's fine, man. It was my pleasure and all this. And Friday, Insta360 came out with the upgrade. Now this is the Insta360 1X 2. It's the 361 ONE X2. And the X2 has this touchscreen. But the X3 has a screen about this big. It's like an inch. I don't use the Imperial system, but it's, and it's a little bit upgraded, but it's the same price. And I ordered it from the Insta360 store, and they didn't even have the decency to tell me, you may want to reconsider your purchase. Because what am I going to do? Not purchase it? I mean, you know what happens here in Taiwan? I'll go to the store, and I have like this Xiaomi watch. I'll go to Xiaomi and the watch band breaks because they're rubber. Hey, do you have any rubber watch bands? No. You'll have to find them on Shopee. Shopee is a shopping app. You don't send people to other stores to buy stuff, do you? Unless you don't want to make it in business. So why would you tick somebody off who's going to buy something and not tell them, hey, if you wait like 4 more days, we got the new camera coming out. It's the same price. No, they don't care. They only care about their own stock and their own cash flow. That's why these companies are all going to this subscription mode, which I swear I'm going to resist until they put me 6 feet under. So like Adobe Creative Cloud, forget it. Yeah, well, anyway, I didn't buy it. I didn't buy it from the Taiwanese. I bought it from the Insta360 store on Amazon. Because my brother-in-law lives in America, so I wanted to ship from their warehouse in the U.S. to his U.S. address So there wouldn't be any shipping charge, because it, the camera's like, it's $500 with the selfie stick and, the tripod and stuff. It's $500. It's not a big deal. That's enough to qualify for, free shipping. So, anyway, doesn't matter. He's been enjoying it. He loves it. I told him about this ridiculous situation. He didn't even comment on it. He's so appreciative of it, he just doesn't care. He doesn't care either way. What do you think of the green? How's the green look? Because I got green eyes. Can you tell? Yeah, so, yeah. But, here's the thing. I am in business, and you guys know this, and I have a studio business, and I have the manufacturing business, and I always look out for my customers, and I always do things for them, and I always tell them things like, well, I don't think you want to do it that way. I think you want to do it this way, even if it means less money for me, because I know in the long run, I'm going to have a customer for life. And if I make things easier for them, they're going to order more, probably. But I'm not doing what I'm doing out of greed. It's just that when you do the right thing, often it results in greater blessings in another way, if you want to put it that way. So, yeah, you don't do things for people the right way specifically so you can get things out of them later. Of course, it just happens to work out that if you take care of people, they're more likely to do more business with you. And I have been able, every customer that I've ever had, I've been able to actually increase the number of invoices that they place with our company because I do the right thing for them, Faithful in small, faithful in large, right? Just like here in my neighborhood, I'll go to the store and I'll forget my money or something. And they'll go, just next time. Or I'll be 5 NT short. Hey, Mike, fist bump. I'll be 5 NT or 10 NT short, and I'll wait a week or 10 days before I go back. And I give them the 5 NT or the 10 NT, and they're like, I forgot, you came back for that? So I did that to Mr. Wu the other day. I owed him 20 NT. That's 2/3 of a US dollar. It's like 66.6 cents or something. By the way, the US dollar is on the rise. So it's a good time to buy stuff from Taiwan because the dollar is going further now. You can get more NT in the exchange rate. So that's actually ending up being better for my customers. And also, looks like the U.S. is finally going to do an FTA. Rob, how you doing? And I know you said hello earlier, and I did say hi to you, but I don't get a chance to talk to you too much. Fist bump. Thanks for joining. I appreciate it. And probably in the car listening. You know how it is. All right, you take care. It's always a pleasure to see you, and I'm glad you're able to come back when I was talking about what happened to me, because I haven't been on since 4 weeks ago. I felt so bad. I usually live stream on Thursdays, like tonight, my time, and Sunday evenings. And every Thursday in the afternoon, I would say, well, I think I feel pretty good. I think I'll be okay to live stream later, and I would just get dizzy and feel terrible. So I took about a 2.5 hour nap late this afternoon, actually the evening, because I only got about 5 hours sleep last night. Another one of those where I couldn't sleep. But anyway, the good news is I'm actually feeling pretty good musically. I've been playing guitar more, and I have a song that I've been threatening to release for a year. It is almost done. The only thing that I have left to do is do the vocal work, my vocal work, because Phoenix is singing on it. It's amazing. She did such a great job. And my solo work, guitar solo. Guitar solo is going to be easy. It's going to be fun. So I need 2 sessions. I'll need a session to do the vocals. I'm going to do a bunch of background vocals. I'm going to stack them up. It's going to sound like Queen. Unfortunately, I can't help it. That's just how I normally sound. Queen in Boston. That's what they're going to sound like. And so I'm going to stack the vocals up and do the background vocals first, because I always know what I want in my head. And so I just sing the intervals and I do it. And then that warms me up to where I can do the lead vocal. And I'll probably do 2 or 3 takes, and do a comp, what we call it, you know, where you sing the 3 tracks and you take like the first sentence or the first half or whatever from different takes, and you just combine them, and that's how that works. Then cut a solo, and I'm going to use the Brian May, because I use my 64 Epiphone on the rhythm tracks, and it's face ripping. It's unbelievable. That guitar is like it's so hot. And then the Brian May has these unique tones, and I'm going to do some guitar harmonies in it. Again, it's going to sound a lot like Queen, but you know, I've been doing this stuff since like you know, the late 70s myself. I used to go into, there's a radio station in my town, and I knew the jocks, you know, and I would go in late at night. I'd bring my guitar and go to the production studio, and they didn't have a multi-track tape machine, but what they had was 2 stereo tape machines, and I would just bounce back and forth between the machines. The radio consoles are very easy to operate. They're very simple, and they had these Gates, G-A-T-E-S, Gates Radio Company consoles, and they were standard in the industry. Just big panels of these huge Bakelite knobs on them, and they're all tubes, and so it actually sounded good. I don't have any recordings that I did from that, but I remember what they sound like, and I would record some stuff on one machine. I would bring it back through the console into the other machine with a live mic, and just bounce back and forth between the machines, and do guitar harmonies and things. And then you know, I did a session in 1981 in New York City, or not New York City, in Long Island, in New York State, I meant, at Lou Balanese's studio with Dave Dassinger engineering. I explored a little bit of guitar harmonies there, but I had my own studio in Boston, just an 8-track, and I remember one time I spent 8 hours doing a really, really nice full guitar orchestrated piece. The piece is only about 2 minutes long. And I really need to do that. I have a couple ideas in my head where you know, you use the guitar to play the violin parts, you know, and then you play the lower strings, you play like the cello and stuff, and you get the nice wide vibrato, like, you know, like a violin, or like you play cello, you know, you're really on the fretboard. I mean, you're really like, you know, the modulation is pretty heavy on it, and so you can get that on a guitar. And yeah, the more I think about it, I have been thinking about that a lot lately. I would like to do some strictly just guitar orchestration pieces, which maybe, you know, no like keyboards, just guitars playing individual lines, doing chords, you know, and instead of playing chords on the guitar, just actually playing individual lines that form chords, just like an orchestra, and then maybe doing drums and vocals on top of that. So it just takes so long. It takes long. I've been not feeling very well for quite a number of months, and so laying off the alcohol for 3 weeks and severely cutting it down. And like I had said earlier, I was in the middle of a fast when I started getting dizzy. I am going, as soon as I get a little more stable, I'm going on another fast. And this will be the mother of all fasts. And if I can reach my goal, it's going to significantly improve my health. And I want to keep up my supplementation. And I just want to finish. I just want to finish these recordings. Now, Robert Monahan, he's an artist from Lexington, Kentucky. He's a published author. He writes books, because he's in Kentucky. They got, you know, the Kentucky Derby. He writes, believe it or not, mystery novels of an equestrian nature, which means they are about horses, which is pretty interesting. You can have a story with a lot of intrigue about horses and horse racing and the industry and everything, and just, in general. And so it's pretty cool. So his name is Robert Monahan, just like it sounds, Monahan. And Robert just released a song that I engineered and produced, mixed, mastered, and I did a lot of the instrumentation on it too. I did the background, I did bass, played bass, I did the background guitars, I did the drum tracks, I did all the orchestration. But it's available on Spotify, Google, Apple, Deezer, anywhere that you consume music. And the name of the song is called When I'm With You. And it's a great song. I did piano on it too. It's a really great song. And so you can help us all out. We're all a big family trying to make it here and do things, but you can help us all out by going to Spotify or, whatever platform that you use to consume your music, and add that song to your playlist or add it to any other playlist, and also to share it with others. It would help a great deal. Now, I'm going to prepare a very high data rate MP3 file of that song, and I'm going to prepare it for Prism Live Stream, and I'm going to play it on Sunday night. So I'll play it on my show with Prism Live Studio, and I don't know what I'm going to do for a visual because there's no music video for it, but hey. I find it amazing how well I can see with these glasses, even though they're not like prescription, because there's something about the cells, the honeycombs, that cause an aperture effect. There are corrective glasses that don't have lenses. It's basically just a piece of metal that has been laser drilled with a very precise matrix of holes at a specific size. Because one of the old tricks you can do, this is amazing, if you lose your glasses, let's say you had an emergency and I'm stuck in my teeth. Let's say you had an emergency and crash landed or stranded on an island, something like that. And you lose your glasses. That's going to be really hard if you want to see. You are. Cool. Well, be sure and let us know how that. Let us know how that works. But people may or may not know this. But if you take your fingers, right, and you go like this, you can see that you can make a little like a square aperture, right? Now, of course, it's harder if you got longer thumbnails, which I usually do because this is a guitar player's, custom. But if you can do whatever you want, if you can make a very small aperture and look through it, even if you don't have your glasses on, you will find that it will correct your vision. It's really amazing. This effect is well known. It's been known for centuries. And so somebody got the bright idea of just making a pair of glasses would fit, over your nose like regular glasses, but we just, instead of where they have lenses, it's just perforated material. I forget what they call those. There's a name for those, but you can find them on Amazon. They're like $15, $20. And some of the doctors have said that those types of glasses, it is a type of lens, but not a traditional optical lens. They actually can help train your vision. And so there have been some instances where people have been able to reduce their prescription lens or even eliminate it altogether. That's what they say. Now, I can't, I don't want the fact checkers to come after me, but that's what people claim, which I think is really interesting. I should get a pair of those and just put them on the inside of this, so I can walk around with my LED glasses all day long. What do you think? Now, that's purple. Would this bug you? This is white. If you're walking around and had, you know, like this. And the thing is too, is if you just go like, and you go through all of them until you go back and you find, you see, now it's not in sync at all. Anyway, so this is the next one, and it's all changing. Would that bug you? I don't know. I have yet to wear these in a club or a bar, but I can't wait to be up there and just play some guitar with these glasses changing color. That would be pretty cool. What would be even cooler is if there's a microphone in it and they would respond to ambient sound. That would be even cooler. So this is the next one where it just simply goes from color to color. See, this is pretty cool. I like this. So, but I think it might be hard to sit in somewhere and have a conversation with somebody when their glasses are doing this. It might be hard. The other thing too is that bridge of my nose is higher. I think what I can do is take a router or something and route that out deeper so it kind of sits lower. Because what it is, I have to pull it forward, see, on my nose. But I like to have it down like this, but back. So maybe I'll, that's just plexiglass. Maybe I'll get my rat tail file or some kind of a grinder. That would be funny. And then oh, this is interesting. It goes through flashes and then fades in and out. Boy, I like these. This is cool. I've yet to use these in a completely dark room, though. It might be hard to see with a dark room. And be able to put lenses on them. So, see, it doesn't work if you do like put your glasses on like this, then you put these over the. See, there's not enough to hold it. There's nowhere to hold it because my nose is too far behind to go like that. That would be pretty cool though, because these frames are a lot bigger than my other ones. But I find that these, I don't know what it is, but just looking through the clear plexiglass, it's better than looking with nothing without glasses. And then off, there you go. So I think if you were walking around like these, right? Okay, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, cool. Yeah, you know, my daughter wore a patch too. They make patches for kids, and you're right, you got to force that other eye. She has like one eye is perfect and the other eye is, it's bizarre. It was far-sighted, now it's nearsighted. So it was, you know, eyeball was too short, and now it's too long. So, but I have no complaints. My daughter's otherwise virtually perfect. So, oh wow, well, excellent that everything is okay. Now that's real. Wow, that's really premature. I'm guessing she probably had lung problems. If I'm not mistaken, I think the lungs are the last thing to develop. So, yeah, I'm really digging these. And what I like is, like, for those of you who haven't seen, there's LEDs on both sides. If I do this, it turns it only on one side. Now you see this really bright here, and it's not as bright here, but it does fill the whole thing because, you know, it conducts through the plastic, right? But if I press one, I press it once, if I press it once here, it makes this side red too. Now you can see. Okay, then you go. Okay, yeah, I see now that it's definitely brighter. So this is 1, and then 1, and so that means that since they're independent, you can have like green on this side and red on that side. And now they're both green, and then this one's purple, and then purple, and then over here it's yellow, and then blue, and then blue, and so you can go like this and have like this is a magenta, and then a cyan, which I like, and then eventually you get into this is white. Oh, nice. Extremely small, 4 pounds. Wow, that's less than 2. Wow, that's less than 2 kilograms. Wow, that's amazing. Well, that's excellent. I'm really glad to hear that. And then one more on this side starts flashing. So there's one side's flashing, and then the other side's flashing. And of course, they're not going to be completely in sync. And then so this is now starting to it'll flash and then fade in it. And so now if I press this again, then this will start doing it too. But it's out of sync. So, wow! Congratulations. That's amazing. Fantastic. What's her name? I mean, unless you don't want to say. I understand if you don't want to say. This color's pretty cool. This is a purplish color. I like this. And the other one I have says something about a spacecraft on the side. So I got to take these down to Kaohsiung and play them on stage. That's what I got to do. All right, I'm going to check something out here because okay, it's before all of this, and because I showed you guys the video of the lights in my room that were, in our house, that were bouncing around, and yeah, I got this video that I wanted to play, and there was another video that I wanted to play. I tried to play this video before, and when I did, it actually choked. Prism Live Studio quit, and I don't know why. All right, let me just check and make sure that I didn't miss anything. Okay, nope. So here's the thing. The last time I tried to play this video, Prism crashed. So I've been on for 58 minutes and 30 seconds. So let me say this. If I play this video and it quits, I'm not coming back tonight, and I'm going to say good night. But let me play the video because I wanted to play it before. And this is a video that I shot with the 360, and it's kind of a special. It's nice and